Hello everyone, it's Moran, aka Starseed Tarot. Welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a long time since I've made a video, so this is going to be a VR to the Hermit's Cave. So Simon at the Hermit's Cave. He's done a couple of weeks ago, I want to say 2 weeks ago, he's done a tag my top 10 Oracle decks of all time. And I've seen some people doing the videos, and the more I was watching videos, the more I was like, oh, which one will be mine? And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna do the tag. So I know I haven't posted in a long time, but instead of doing another unboxing or flip through of a deck, I thought it was also nice to do something different. So this is going to be a VR to this hashtag my top 10 Oracle decks of all time. Obviously, that can change anytime in the future, but for now, that's my top 10 Oracle decks. Um, so, in no particular order, we're going to start. I'm just going to start with one uh, in the order, like in an order. That's just because there are some imageries that can be triggering. So, I just want to warn everyone, if you feel triggered by any imageries, this one is a little bit darker on the darker side. So I just wanted to get this one out of the way first. So first of all, I don't forget to say the disclaimer, and then second of all, it's done and it's done, and I don't have to think about it anymore. But yeah, if you are triggered easily by imageries, I would advise you to maybe skip this one. But yeah, let's go ahead. No particular order except for this one, and yeah. So this one is the Patum Hex Oracle by Jens Friborg. So if you've seen my channel, if you've been on my channel before, you know I love this deck. I'm always like every time there's like a top 10 Oracle decks, this one will be in it for sure. Um, so yeah, it's a nice deck. It was an indie deck. I don't think it's in print anymore, available anymore, but again, you might have to check on the website. But that's a black and white deck, and I call it darker deck because the imageries are a little bit darker, and also that's the deck I always use. So every month I do a reading for myself, and I do tarot and oracle. And this one I use it more to, like, the question that I ask for this deck is what shadow aspects I need to look out for, the month coming or whatever. So I use it more as a shadow deck and as a shadow work deck. And I know tarot, for example, I don't have any specific tarot decks for shadow work because I think they all can be, but I think this one is, in my opinion, is the one that I use for shadow work. Anyways, so this is black and white, as I said, pretty good cardstock. It's linen as well. I don't know if you can see on the camera. I don't know if you can see, but that's pretty good. Cardstock is finished in linen. Yeah, you can probably see it better there on the black. So it doesn't come edged. I've edged mine in black to follow, the kind of darkness of the deck. But yeah, it's a very I love this deck. It's calling you out, basically. It's really calling you out. The many times I've used it, it's called me out, and it's things that you have to acknowledge, really. So I really like this deck. I really think it's a fantastic deck. It comes with a guidebook if you order it, if it's still available. It comes with this guidebook where you have a little bit of a saying, like a quote, and then you have the description of the card itself. At the background, you can also see that there's the image, and then you have high polarity meaning and low polarity meaning. And you have this for all the cards. You also have some spreads. You have an explanation of the system that's being used, because that's a pretty different system from everything else. The only thing that I always say when I mention this deck is that I wish it would be some kind of, it would be by alphabetical order, or there will be a table of content to find the card again. I don't know, but there is not, and that's the only thing about this guidebook. But other than that, it's one of my favorite decks. So Yeah, the Purgatorium Hex Oracle, and it's by Jens Friborg. You can find him on Instagram. I will put everything in the link in the description box below. The links in the description box below. Oh my god, I can't speak. But yeah, it's by Mr. Friborg, and you can find him on Instagram at Mr. So Mr underscore Friborg underscore Arcanum, I want to say. I can't remember exactly, but I'll put the links in the description box below. So that's the first one. Now the second one is one that I've recently acquired, and it's the Healing Spirits Oracle by Gordon Smith. And it's one that I've already used with clients and everything, and it's so good. Like, I was so impressed the first time I've used it. It was so good, and it's good because first of all, it's beautiful. Second of all, it gave me, the messages that were coming were on point, but also it's good to, like, my intuition was on point with this. Every time I was seeing an image, even if there's a little sentence there, it was there, like, my intuition put me towards a different, like, type of message as well, if you know what I mean. So very good deck. So the art is by I can't remember, by Naomi Walker there, and it's a standard, Hay House deck. So in two-piece box, the cardstock is standard Hay House. It's matte finish, so we all know this cardstock. But yeah, I love this deck. It's beautiful. I love the artwork, and then I also love the sentence that comes with it. So here, for example, the first step is taken. You have asked for help. Your path may be bumpy, but this will alter soon. And it's all very, like, I don't know. To me, it feels like it's something that I can work with and tell the clients that is with me, be like your spirit guides. I can tell them, like, oh yeah, your spirit guides believe in you, for example, so be like them and believe in yourself, or be a guide, or this is things that I can work with. All is well is the same. There's also numbers there, so sometimes you can also work with numbers. Carry the torch for others to see. Wake up the world. Ask your spirit guide. Courage arrives when you step over fear. And I just love the artwork. It's so pretty. But yeah, I'm not doing a flip through of this because we have 10 decks to go through. But again, that's just to show you guys. And that's the number 2 of the 10 decks. And it's the Healing Spirit Oracle by Gordon Smith. So the next one I'm gonna pick is this one, is the Earthly Souls and Spirit Moon Oracle by Terry Foss. Again, another one that I love the artwork. Is published by US Games, this one. It comes in this two-part box. You have a chunky guidebook there, and then you have your cards. And again, that's a deck that I love the artwork. It's so pretty. I just can't. And I love the keyword as well used on this, because it's so, it's something, again, I can work with. Abundance. It's simple, but at the same time, it's enough, wisdom. It's enough to be able to work with this. And the cards are beautiful. The artwork is beautiful. So it's just like, again, it's another one. These are the backs. It's another one that is just so pretty and easy to work with, clarity, purposeful, prosperity, authentic, earth. There's a lot of peace. There's a lot of, like, it's simple keywords that just are just good, and I use this mostly during Halloween period. I know it's cliche, but I just like to use this. And when you work with people, I work in a little spiritual coffee shop type of thing. So when it's Halloween, I pick up my Halloween type of decks, and it just improves the experience of people coming on this period. They're like, oh, this is Halloween, and who we have a witch deck, and so I use it more during this time. but you can use it all day, all year long, because again the keywords are amazing. Just gonna take a sip of my cappuccino, and we go on to the next one, which is also a one that I use mostly during Halloween, and it's the Lil Cryptid Oracle. This oracle is so cute that it had to be in my top 10. So it was the Kickstarter campaign, so I bought it as part of the Kickstarter, and it comes in this like tin box. I love this deck as well. So you have extra cards that give you like keywords, but you also can download the PDF guidebook of this deck. But yeah, it's so cute. Momo confrontation, and again, it's one where the keywords are amazing, and it's cute. It's not scary, but obviously because it's cryptid, I use it more during the Halloween period. But again, it's one that you can use all year long. It's very cute, and the keywords are amazing. So it's been edged in. So it comes edged. I didn't do it myself, but it's in this blue, pastel blue. These are the backs, and it's a tiny deck. It's a mini type of oracle. I don't have a tarot here next to me, so I can't show you comparison. But yeah, it's a tiny deck, but I love it. It's one of the best oracle decks that I have, so that's why it's in my top 10, and it's so cute. And yeah, and the quality is amazing. Cardstock is very good. It has this kind of soft matte finish. Anyways, I love this deck. So another one that had to be in the top 10, and it's the Lil Cryptid Oracle, which has his little tin and his little bag, and it's just so cute. So now we're going to move on to the next one, which is a bit particular because, as you can see, it's called Archangel Power Tarot cards. So it's meant to be a tarot, but I never use it as a tarot. I use it as an oracle. It's by Doreen Virtue and Riley Valentine. So that's one that is by Doreen Virtue. So uh, you won't find this one anymore, but you can still find this deck. But I think it's just the name of Radley Valentine on it, obviously, because Doreen Virtue is not part of the community anymore. But this one is the one from Doreen Virtue. But yeah, that's a tarot. So there are 78 cards. There are major arcanas. There are um, minor arcanas, but I never use it as a tarot. I basically shuffle the deck, and then depending on how long you chose the reading for, if you chose 15 minutes, I'm gonna pull only one card, and then I'm gonna read what is there. So here, for example, Ace of Raphael, and I will say a positive new emotional experience, fulfilling romantic relationships, deep and lasting spiritual insights. And then I will tell the customers, Raphael could be the angel that you need to call in if you feel in doubt or anything like this, So I use it more as an oracle, and also if you chose a longer reading, I will pull 3 cards, so we have more chance to have an archangel as well as an angel. So yeah, it's gilded. I don't know if the new versions are gilded. You can see mine gilding is already coming off because I use this deck quite a lot. So yeah, that's one. I'm not too sure. I should have checked before, but I'm not too sure. I will try to find a similar version of this one, if not this one, to put in the description box below, because this one is obviously out of print now because Doreen Virtue is not part of the community anymore. But maybe there's either this has been reprinted with only Radley's name, or he has printed another version that is similar to that. So I will try to find it and put it in the description box below. But yeah, again, the Archangel Power Tarot cards, which is a tarot that I use as an oracle. The next one is one of my all-time favorite, is the Angel Guide Oracle by Kyle Gray, published by Hay House, and the artwork is by Jennifer I never know how to pronounce her name. Hawkyard, I don't know. Jennifer Hawkyard, that's the name. Anyways, I love this deck. I love this deck for the artwork. I have here, I'm gonna try to show you a print of one of her artwork. But yeah, it comes with this guidebook, as always, you know, like standard Hay House production. And then we have this deck that is so gorgeous, so pretty. The artwork is just something that really touches my soul on another level. I just love this deck. And the keywords, again, the keywords are just amazing. I just love this deck. I could look at this deck all day long, honestly. Just love it. So that's the one. I've etched mine in this orange just to follow the backs. So that's the back of the card. But yeah, that's one of my all-time favorites. I will never part with it. I just love it. And I love her work as well. So most of her decks, to be honest, I do have them. Because I just love the artwork. But this one is the one that I use all the time, and I love it. But yeah, that's the Angel Guide Oracle by Kai Gray and Jennifer. I'm not gonna even try to pronounce again. The next one is a classic one and is the Spirit Animal Oracle by Colette Baron Reed. There's 68 cards. I have this version and the small version that I take with me when I do my readings at this coffee shop. And then we do have a very, very chunky guidebook. It's again produced by Hay House, but instead of being a two-part box, it's one that opens like a book. So very nice, and the guidebook is very chunky. I've etched mine in this kind of yellow just to follow a little bit the backs, which is a mandala in yellow. So yeah, and then again we have I think I bought this deck because of this, because it looks like my dog. Dog spirit, be loyal to what you love. Again, I like this deck because we have the animal, but we also have what the message is, instead of just having the animal's name, which to me is very annoying, because what is, like, if I had ant, no message, what am I supposed to say about ants, you know, or ant spirit, or what's the message there? And here it's time to collaborate. Yeah, so again, an amazing deck, beautiful. Production quality is amazing, cardstock is amazing, and it's a beautiful deck. The artwork is amazing, and yeah, it's just a beautiful deck. See, Koala Spirit has a plan. So yeah, I do love this deck. It's classic. I've had it for years now, and it never crossed my mind to get rid of it. I just love it so much. And even though I have the smaller version, I don't mind to have the bigger version for, you know, for readings where I'm home, for example, or I'm with friends and I don't have to have a small deck. I just take the small one when I go to the coffee shop, because I have other decks that I take with me, and it gets heavy at some point, you know. Anyways, next one is another classic, and is the Starseed Oracle by Rebecca Campbell and Daniel Noel. Let me take a sip of my cappuccino. And this one, again, to me is a classic, and to me is something that I will never get rid of. Also because I have good memories with this deck. I think it's the first Oracle that I've ever purchased. So I had tarot decks, and then I never really knew there were Oracles that existed until I got this one. But yeah, I've etched mine in this kind of pink. As you can see, the color is going away because I've had this for years and I've used it many times. But we're all familiar with Daniel Noel's art, and this one is just, I like it. I think, yeah, I just like, this is a little bit more, less grounded and more like, you know, ethereal and star city type of energy, and I just I just love it, and I will never get rid of this deck. And actually, the first few readings I've done with this oracle were amazing. So I've done it for friends with this oracle, and I've used this deck for um, many times for different type of readings, and it's always like on point, to be honest. So again, a deck that I will not get rid of. This one is published by Hay House, and yeah, I will put a link where you can buy it as well. From Oneness Emporium. I think she stores it. So if you're interested, you can also get a discount on this one. Next one is Indie Oracle. I'm not too sure if it's still being printed or if Sarah has kept the production of this one, but this one is by Sarah Kathleen, which is UK creator, and I think it's no, it's not her first deck, but it's her first oracle, I think, this one, and it's called the Creatures Oracle. So the cards are quite massive on this one, quite big cards. So you have a very tiny guidebook. I mean, it's enough because it gives you the meaning that you need to know. But yeah, as you can see, it's very big card. These are the bags. The cardstock it's a bit plasticky. This feels a bit plasticky. I don't know how to explain it. Yeah, you can hear it's a bit plasticky, but I do like it. But it's massive. It's huge. So I cannot shuffle it like this. For example, I have to shuffle it like this. But very good deck. Again, it's a deck that is simple and has simple keywords, and I love it. I think it's very nice. It's very cute. It's very, and at the same time, you have good keywords like positive and uplifting keywords like here confidence with all this fiery energy, which is beautiful. Then you have belief, but then you have keywords like guilt with this, black hole there, and then you have this little being there, trust, and then you have optimism, and then you have spirit, and then you have anger. So you also have anger with this black being here and all the kind of fiery, dark energies, So you do have a mix of like good and bad meanings. Not bad, but a little bit harder keywords. And yeah, I think it's a very good deck. I like it. There are pretty cards, and I can't remember how many cards there are, but I think it's around 60 if I remember well, or maybe 50 or something like this. But there's quite a lot of cards, so you can see. It's quite a lot of cards, and yeah, I think it's great. I like this deck a lot. Just to have, sometimes it's good to have like a keyword to open or close a reading, and sometimes you don't need more than a keyword. Really, you just need one simple keyword that you can expand on. But anyways, this is a Creatures Oracle. This is Sarah's website. I will try to put a link again to this particular deck if you're interested. But if not, I will put at least a link to her website. And now we're coming on to the last deck. And the last deck is again one of my favorites, the Sacred Fool Oracle by Levi Smith. If you don't know, Levi is at Masculine Intuition Tarot. It's Masculine Intuition Readings, sorry, is always in live with Martin. So you probably have seen him, but that's one of his decks, the Sacred Fool Oracle. And it's one of my favorites. Again, if you've been on my channel before, you know that I always put this one. If there is a top 10, this one is in it. And I love this deck. So he's done the first one, which was 40 cards, as you can see here, 40 cards, 40 Oracle cards. But he's done an expansion of about 20 cards, I think. So now this deck is 60 cards. So again, a very big deck. There's no guidebook, there's no PDF guidebook, but to be honest, you don't really need it because of the keywords that are on cards. So you can see here, for example, Serenity, Inhale, Exhale, Unfurl. Here, the Artist, Poetic, Creative, Mysterious. So this deck is very good for to let your intuition go wild, basically, because you do have a keyword, but also because you don't have guidebook, you just have to follow your intuition, what your intuition is telling you, and yeah, just do what you can with what you receive as messages. But I love this deck. These are the backs I love. This is printed on make playing cards, so very good. It's a bit glossy, but it's good. And yeah, it's a very masculine deck. As you can see, there's a lot of men. Uh, Here we have God, a God, and God Ares, or Ares, I don't know how you say it. Conflict, rage. So again, it's a very balanced deck with positive and more less positive keywords. But yeah, this one is part of the expansion. For example, I think for the expansion, Levi added more like deities, goddesses, gods, uh, concepts and spiritual concepts and stuff like this. So here we have sovereign, and I think the first one was more archetypes, and the other ones, the expansion was more goddess, gods, deities, and all these type of things. But yeah, a very masculine deck. But I do love this deck. See, here we have Merkaba, which is like a kind of like concept, and it's not necessarily a person. Here we have Demeter, which is harvest, abundance, and again, that's part of the expansion. But yeah, very masculine deck. I love this deck. Mercury, seduction, Dionysus, Artemis, nature, and bloom. So yeah, that's another one that I will never get rid of. I just love this deck. I use it now and then. I can't use it for everyone because of like the nature of the deck, which is, some people are a little bit prude sometimes, so they don't want to see half naked men. But yeah, when the opportunity arises, I use it for other people, but I also use it for myself. I used it yesterday actually, and yeah, it was perfect message, and I like it a lot. So that's the Sacred Fool Oracle deck by Levi. I will again put a link to his original version and his expansion deck. Okay. So that's it for all my Oracle decks, guys, my top 10. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider liking the video. Let me know in the comments if you have any of these decks, if you like them, if you don't, let me know. But yeah, thank you very much for being here, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.